Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Apologize for the lighting. I gotta film videos when I have time. We are in the midst of Snowpocalypse 2.0 here. If you can see it on the ground out there, there you go. You can see it's white. It's coming down pretty good. It is currently 28 degrees and coming down pretty good. Vehicles are covered. Roads are starting to get snow on them. But we just got back from watching the new Avatar 2. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. My wife thinks it's better than the first one. I don't think it's better than the first one because the first one you're introduced to all the new stuff and it's all new. Anyway, enough about that. It's not what the video is about. But good movie. We watched the movie while my son, my 14-year-old, was in band practice. It's a 3-hour plus movie though, let me tell you that. So, and on the way home, we stopped by Costco to pick up some stuff. One of the biggest thing we noticed at Costco was last time we were there, it was 2 dozen eggs, or 2 things of eggs per person or per family. This time, gone. That's how many eggs they had. 0. They were completely out of eggs. We keep hearing about this, right? The nationwide egg shortage. And I've heard comments on people saying, oh, I don't know, we don't have a shortage of chickens because we have so many 300 million chickens or whatever, and they only cull, 5 million, 10 million. But, hey, it may be the kind of birds they're culling. I listened to Popular Preparedness earlier talk about just that and how the different kinds of birds and stuff like that. So I'm not even going there. Watch his video. Good channel there. Subscribe to him. But what I want to talk about is just the fact that we may not be seeing the actual reflection of the real numbers. Because some place like Costco being completely out of eggs, that's an indicator. An indicator of things are getting worse. Increased prices. Well, I hear a lot of people. I was just on. You'll see this tomorrow morning. You'll see this tomorrow morning, so Tuesday morning. But Monday night, before I was filming this, I was watching Magic Prepper's live stream. That's another good channel. Go check him out. And people were talking about the increased prices and how egg prices are going skyrocketing. Well, yeah, because places like Costco are completely out. I haven't been to Walmart recently, so I don't know if they're completely out, but that's just one indicator of the issues that are going on, though. Expect a lot of inflation, increased prices, and shortages because a lot of people that raise their own chickens, for one thing, let's talk about chickens a little bit more. But actually, before I get into that topic, please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the notification bell for all. If you are, thank you very much for being here. All of you guys, though, please hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever you choose. Comment below and share the videos. That would greatly help me and us reach more people and bring them into the preparedness fold. Like I said, mentioned, Popular Preparedness, Magic Prepper. Go to all the prepper channels and subscribe to them, please. So where was I going with that? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. All the people that have, like my neighbors, have chickens. People down the road have chickens. People down the road have chickens. People all around me have chickens, right? So even if you have your own chickens, you may see, most people do, that egg production drops off in the colder months. Unless you're specifically set up to have heat lamps in there, those sun lamps, stuff like that, so that your chickens will keep laying throughout the winter. So what that means is in the winter months, more people are buying eggs. Because the people that normally get eggs from their chickens, they aren't laying as much, so they're having to buy eggs. So that exacerbates the problem even worse. There's a lot of cause and effect type things out there. I think a lot of this is agenda based also. I heard something recently, I guess there's some agenda or push for eating human flesh now. I know the push for meatless society. I know the whole agenda of wanting us to eat bugs, lab-grown chicken, lab-grown beef, and then all the stuff like Beyond Meat, the vegan and vegetarian stuff that's made out of soy and or other stuff. There's other stuff out there that's better. Sources of protein that are like vegan, like vegetable proteins and stuff like that. But soy is just, it's not good for you at all. Soy is one of the most highly GMO'd products there is out there because it's used in so many different things. Same with corn. Corn and soy are, I think, the top two. I could be wrong, but two. Wheat also maybe. And that's one reason. Let's talk about wheat for a sec. Wheat shortages and everything like that, increasing prices that affect everything. I mean, I see bread prices going up. And one thing I note about that is how people, you see so many more people nowadays that are gluten intolerant. Gluten intolerant. Well, it's actually probably a lot of them aren't actually gluten intolerant. What they are is they are pesticide intolerant because of the massive amounts of chemicals used on the wheat to keep the bugs down, to increase production, stuff like that, as well as all the GMOing of the products, the wheat, the corn, the soy. All that stuff is not good. And we know, I don't know if you ever heard of Monsanto. If you haven't heard about Monsanto, man, you got to catch up. And what they do to control the market and stuff like that. I keep bumping my little plum tree here. I got to break one of these branches off. It hasn't lost all of its leaves yet. But yeah, these are things that we need to be aware of. These are things we need to prep for. Like I mentioned today in tonight's live stream of Magic Prepper, that prepping is living insurance. It is. I say that often here because it allows us to weather the storm and to get through times of famine. It allows us to get through increased prices. It allows us to get through food shortages unless they turn into a really long-term thing. That's when you need to do things like that right there. That's one of my raised beds. That's another raised bed. Food production, producing your own food. That's going to be vitally important in the coming years. I have a feeling that next growing season is going to be very important to grow as much as we possibly can and put away as much of that as we possibly can by dehydrating, freeze drying, canning, pickling, etc. Those are all important things that we need to be stockpiling food as much as possible, as well as water. Water is also, you have to have water to live. So it's one of those things you need to be important and take seriously. So make sure that you are prepping as much as you possibly can. If you can get eggs, I know there are ways to get eggs to last longer. I know some of them, which is like sealing them in wax. You can cover them in oil. You can make pickled eggs. That's pretty good. I'm not an expert in that field, though. I think that covering them with wax is probably the best way because what that does is it seals the egg so that no air or stuff like that gets into it. I know there's a trick that it wasn't for making the eggs last longer. What it was for was killing the eggs. But when I used to be in the military, the base game warden would go around when the Canadian geese migrated south, or actually not migrating south, is when they were coming up initially in the springtime. They would lay eggs and we'd have babies and there'd be poop everywhere. And I feel sorry for the Marines that were there. They'd be doing exercises in the area and stuff like that. And they'd be running around, they'd hit the dirt and just be covered in goose poop. So they really tried to keep the numbers down. And so the game warden would go around and I saw him spraying the eggs one time and I'm like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, oh, I'm just spraying with oil, coating them in oil so that the eggs can't breathe. So then they die, but the mother still sits on them. He said, because if we just take the eggs or destroy the eggs, the mother will just lay more and then lay on them. So they coat them with eggs, so the mother continues to sit on them, thinking they're viable, and they're not. The eggs die. So maybe that's one way to look at it. But yeah, make sure that you are out there doing what you can. I mean, I know things are more expensive now. I'm aware of that. But bulk dry goods are still fairly, I would say, fairly affordable. Look for their local restaurant supply stores where you can get like big 50-pound sacks of, corn, wheat, rice, different kinds of beans and legumes. Lentils are really good. Lentils are one of those things that I feel is one of the best prepper foods because it is high in protein and it's very well balanced. And it's just, lentils cook much faster than beans. I'm not sure if they use a little bit less water. I don't know. But yeah, lentils, all those kind of things are really good. So you know, I'm just out here filming in the snow. I'm almost, well, you can't really see it. I guess it's melting on me. But winter is coming. It's going to get worse. I've heard of the Arctic blasts and stuff like that. They're coming across the nation. If any of you guys are traveling for Christmas, please be careful. Please keep that in mind. Make sure you have your chains with you. Make sure that your tires are properly inflated, that your tires are in good condition, your vehicle is well situated, all that kind of stuff. I want you guys to stay safe out there. First off, we got to keep ourselves healthy. We got to keep ourselves strong. We got to keep ourselves safe, out of trouble, injury-free, and not in jail also, by the way. Some people like talking a lot of stuff out there in the internet, saying things they shouldn't be saying. Most of them are probably glowies, feds, that are out there trying to stir the hornet's nest and create stuff to go on. But anyway, I love you guys. I care about you guys. I hope you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.